Number 1, no massive sexual harassment scandals. Yep. Well, there's no beating around the bush on this one. This time, we're beating the bush. Okay, that one didn't come out right. Yeah, it was too much even for me, man. Was it though? Hello again and welcome back to Let's Play It. Chances are if you clicked on this video, you're in one of 3 categories. A, you play Guild Wars 2, and you also like watching videos about Guild Wars 2. B, you saw my ugly face in your feed and were like, oh my gosh, it's hideous. I have to click it. Or C, you play strictly World of Warcraft and you're already typing a mean comment.
And that's why I hate your video, you ginger-looking mother.
But wait! Before you do that, I want to start off by saying something. These are my opinions. And contrary to what the internet would want you to believe, opinions aren't facts. They're just my thoughts. If you agree or if you disagree, right on. Post in the comments, we'll have a discussion. I guess I should also mention that I played World of Warcraft exclusively for years. Rip Pally for life.
Am I doing it right, guys? We're winning!
That was a face roll joke for those of you that didn't get that. As a matter of fact, at one point in 2010, I was in the top 20 US guild. And I promise I don't say that to brag. I only say that because I too was once chained to my computer.
Oh. What day is it?
But suffice it to say, even though Blizzard's going through some self-deserved legal battles, I will always say I love what Blizzard used to be. I still think the story of Arthas and the Lich King is amazing. So in no way is this video going to be thrashing on WoW, because let's be honest, it does a lot of things right. It's got a lot of players. These are just some things I think Guild Wars 2 does better. Number 1, no subscription fees. Now admittedly this business model in some cases can be a double-edged sword. A lot of games with a free-to-play mode or a one-time purchase, ending up costing you way more in just microtransactions. So you might be asking yourself, what's the catch? I bet it's pay to win, isn't it? No, not at all actually. Any of the in-game items you can buy with real money are really just skins. So I guess it kind of just depends on how shiny you want to look. I would recommend buying at least the base game though, because it unlocks extra abilities in the auction house and the ability to private message people. Plus honestly, the expansions are fun and you can usually get them bundled together for a pretty good price. About a month ago when I rebought Guild Wars 2, I got the base game and the 2 expansions for 30 bucks. The amount of hours you can dump into this game, that's a heck of a lot of value. Number 2, the community is non-toxic. Now don't get me wrong, you can find a douchebag in any game, but there's less here. I'll give you an example. In this game there's these things called hero points. Basically it's a challenge like defeating a big monster. And a lot of times it's easier if you have 2 or 3 people. I posted in chat if anyone needed a hero point, and in 30 seconds I got 3 people saying, hey, I don't need it, but I'll help. What? That's awesome. That is what the gaming community should be about. We as a gaming community are constantly attacked, and the more we fight amongst each other, the worse it's gonna get. My last video ended up getting shared on Reddit actually. And seriously, go read some of the comments if you want to know what I mean. 90% of the people that commented are just super chill, fun people that want to play and enjoy a game. Also, thanks for doing that, random stranger.
I love you, Metro Man.
And I love you, random citizen.
Actually, if you're interested, check out Hardstuck on Discord. They're a pretty cool group. I'll throw a link in the description for you. Number 3, we got multiple build options. Let me give you an example of what I mean. I'm currently playing a class called the Revenant. Closest example I can give to you in WoW would be like a cross between a Death Knight and a Demon Hunter. The Revenant can heal, tank, and DPS. But even within those 3 categories, you can specialize in the way that you want to do it. For example, my Revenant can switch between 2 swords and then shooting a short bow on the fly. So if the combat gets too hot to handle, I dodge back, pull out the bow, and keep going. Can't exactly do that in World of Warcraft. And while yes, you can definitely pick different roles in your class, you're pretty locked to a certain type of gameplay once you do. Since this point also kind of relates to combat, the combat is stellar. If you've played WoW, you're familiar with tab targeting. But if you've also played Black Desert Online, you know what directional and fluid combat is like. Guild Wars 2 is somewhere in the middle, meaning it's accessible from both ends of the spectrum. And I'm really not just saying this, I haven't gotten bored of the combat. Because even if I'm bored of a certain type of the way I play, you can change it on the fly. If you switch your weapon, you have completely new abilities, and then you got a whole new way to play. But the number 4 thing that Guild Wars 2 does better is questing. Don't get me wrong, every single MMO that has ever existed has some sort of fetch or kill quest. Hey you, adventurer. Me? Yeah, you. Go kill 10 of those squid down there, and I'll give you 5 silver. Sound good? Do I know you? But the cool way about how Guild Wars 2 handles this is through a thing called Renown Hearts. Instead of talking to an NPC and them telling you to kill something and go back to them, once you enter an area, an NPC in that area will reward you for doing something for them. And a lot of them are pretty fun. I finished one the other day in a starting area where all I had to do was throw snowballs at kids. Oh yeah, that was a fair fight. Don't mind me, I'm an 8-foot giant just smashing kids in the face with snowballs. And then you paid me for it. It is a little weird though sometimes to finish a Renown Heart and know the NPC still has the issue. Okay, kill those bandits. Are you sure you're okay if I leave? Yes, we're fine. Help me. In addition to that, walk around. This world is beautiful. Sometimes, honestly, after work, it's healthy to take a mental break and just explore. Not every video game you play has to be fighting. Besides, a large portion of this music in this game was made by Jeremy Soule. Soul? Soleil? Soli?
Soul.
Yeah, I was way off. Regardless, the music's awesome. Number 5 thing it does better is you're not dependent on gear to be successful. Now this isn't to say that you can't or shouldn't get better gear, because if you're one of those people that really likes grinding, you can do that. I'm just saying that if you have other priorities other than gaming, I know, how could you? Then you can be just fine without grinding for hours to get that legendary piece of armor. What I'm getting at though is if you just like playing after work, or if you have kids or something, you can be almost as competitive as other people, even from the gear you can just buy in the in-game auction house. Did I say 5 things that Guild Wars 2 does better? Well, I've got 2 more. Oh. Is it wrong that I just made that joke in the same video insulting Blizzard for sexual harassment? I was deeply offended. I bet you were. Well, number 6, we've got world bosses. I'll be honest, these are one of my favorite things to do in this game. If you've ever had the desire to do a giant competitive battle, but don't want to put forth like 100 hours to prepare and gear up for it, this is for you. Unlike a raid, you can just show up and play. Hundreds of players join together to take down roughly 20 different world bosses that all spawn at different times. So if you've discovered enough of the map, you can actually hop onto a world boss train with a group of like 100 people and just kill them all. Some of them are relatively easy and they're in the starter zones, but still, they're pretty fun. Mostly it's all about being part of a large community of people working together to achieve a common goal. And at number 7, we've got login rewards. While this is definitely kind of a minor one, it's still pretty sweet to log into a video game and be given a present every day just for being there. Imagine if this happened more in real life. Alright, time to log into work. Oh, cool. I actually think World of Warcraft could benefit from this type of a thing. I'm also not blind to the fact that this is also just an incentive to log in and play the game. It's also just another small way the developer shows it cares about its players. Besides, some of those rewards are legit. You can get these things called Tombs of Knowledge that literally level up your character by 1 level. Which is pretty sweet if you're leveling up your 3rd or 4th character. At the end of the day, I want to make it real clear. I'm not saying this game is better, you have to go play it. Play whatever you want. Fun is completely subjective. And again, these are just my opinions. But if you're getting a little burnout on World of Warcraft like I was, give it a shot. Or if you're having a hard time supporting a company that is most likely guilty of a lot of what it's being accused of, always that. The Guild Wars 2 community is welcoming and helpful. Leave a comment down below and let's have a conversation. Seriously, a huge thank you to all my recent subscribers. And if you love Guild Wars and you want your friends to try it out, consider sharing this video. Thanks for watching, and always, have fun, guys. Do I know you?